ways to support your immune health naturally. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Dr. Jinmi Graham, a holistic naturopathic doctor, and in today's video, we'll be talking about ways to support your immune health naturally. In this video, we'll be looking at certain nutrients, herbs, and lifestyle practices that all help support the immune system. So let's dive in. Starting with fruits and vegetables, these are rich in vitamins, antioxidants, and other phytonutrients or plant nutrients that help support the immune system. For example, vitamin C, which is found in foods like bell peppers, berries, and citrus fruits, all help to reduce oxidative stress in the body and also support the production of white blood cells. Vitamin C also helps control inflammation, which is an important part of the immune response as well. Now, vitamin D is also an important nutrient for the immune system. It helps activate immune cells and also reduces inflammation or overreaction of the immune system. Now, this is important because we want the immune system to function in a balanced and appropriate way. We don't want an underreaction where it's not supporting us properly, but we also don't want the opposite end, which is an overreaction where they are hyperreactive, which can also cause problems. Now, it's always best to get vitamin D from sunlight, but if you live in a place where it's harder to get some sun exposure, especially in certain climates or locations, this is where supplements may be helpful, especially in those fall and winter months. Now, probiotics are also key nutrients to support the immune system. So probiotics support the beneficial bacteria in our guts. We also refer to this as the microbiome. And what this does is that we want a good balance and a good diversity of that beneficial bacteria in our guts to protect us overall. Most of our immune system is actually found in our guts. So supporting a healthy gut and a healthy microbiome really directly supports the immune system and how it functions as well. You can get probiotics in certain fermented foods such as sauerkraut, kimchi, yogurt, or kefir, or you can also supplement with probiotic supplements as well. Probiotics also serve to support the integrity of the gut lining. Now, our gut lining is only one cell thick, and it has these tight junctions that are supposed to only allow certain food particles or hydration or nutrients to pass through the gut lining and into our blood cells and therefore circulate through the rest of our bodies. Now, normally, they're also supposed to prevent any pathogens or toxins from passing through the gut lining and causing harm to our cells. So there are numerous things that can contribute to a leaky gut type situation, including toxins that enter the GI tract or food intolerances that we may be unaware of that we're consuming regularly that compromises gut barrier. Stress can also weaken that gut barrier as well. So here is one way that probiotics can help, but looking holistically, we want to consider those other factors to support the integrity of our gut lining and that barrier overall. Again, this prevents pathogens and other unwanted substances from passing through that gut lining and getting straight into our blood and affecting the rest of our bodies and our health. Now, when talking about some herbs that can help support the immune system, a couple come to mind. So one of them is elderberry. Now, elderberry has gained more popularity in recent years, which is great. And we typically think of it as the herb for cold and flu season. Elderberry contains anthocyanins, which are antioxidants that help improve cell signaling and reduce oxidative damage. So this is a great and natural, almost food source of immune support that some people can take throughout fall and winter seasons, kind of as like a daily dose to just keep their immune system nice and strong and supported. And where elderberry really shines is when it's taken at the very start of an illness or when you start to feel the symptoms coming on. It's been shown to reduce viral replication in our cells. So that makes sense as to why you want to take it earlier on, because you want to kind of get ahead of that virus and prevent it from getting into the cells and then replicating and reproducing and causing us to get more sick. So if elderberry is taken at the very start of an illness, then we can reduce, again, that viral spread because you are taking that very early on. Now, Echinacea, which are those beautiful cone flowers that people like to plant in their gardens sometimes, is also a nice immunomodulator. And what that means is that it encourages natural immune system flexibility in our bodies, which is what we want more than stronger immune stimulant, which kind of acts more like a drug on the body, has drug-like effects on the body. Immunomodulation really supports immune system flexibility. So again, making sure that the immune system is not overreacting or underreacting and having an appropriate balance response to support our immune resilience and to combat any pathogens or infections in the body. This helps to improve overall immune function and resist to infections in the body. So garlic is another, we can call it herb or just simply a food that can really support the immune system as well. And garlic contains components such as allicin, which are antimicrobial in action. Allicin supports the immune response by enhancing the immune system and immune cells' activity in being able to identify and neutralize pathogens. So including more garlic in your meals is just a natural and simple way to support your immune health. And you can just start cooking with garlic a little bit more. It's best to, once you chop up fresh garlic, to let it oxidize or be exposed to the air for a few minutes before adding it to your meals or cooking it further. It helps activate some of these components a little bit more effectively. Now, looking at some lifestyle factors, this is one that comes up often. Stress management is really important. So stress, especially chronic stress, definitely weakens immune system and immune cell functioning over time. And cortisol, the stress hormone, definitely dampens the immune system's responsiveness and also can increase inflammation. So we want to try to minimize stress as much as possible, or make sure that the stress that we do experience, naturally in our lives, that we're combating in some way or managing in some way through exercises such as mindfulness, meditation, deep breathing, and if possible, trying to cut out some of those more severe sources of stress in your life as much as you can. I know this is not always, or doesn't always seem feasible, but it is such a key component to our health, not only in how our immune system functions, but how our health is supported overall. Sleep is also very important for immune health, and sleep supports the release of cytokines, which are these proteins that act as communicators and immune system messengers in the body. So when we sleep at an appropriate time and for a good amount of time and we get quality sleep, this really supports the ability of our immune system to function appropriately. So here, having good sleep hygiene is important. Getting to bed at a good hour, around 10 o'clock, is great. Sleeping in complete darkness with the room a little bit cool. So even if there's any light coming in, you want to get blackout curtains or minimize any light, and any blue light from phones or technology, you want to try to minimize that a couple hours before bedtime as much as you can, because that all interferes with our hormonal signaling, such as the release of melatonin, which is the hormone that helps us go to sleep. So we want to not interfere with that too much with bright lights or blue light, as sleep is really when we do a lot of our best healing. So one thing I like to share with patients is to remember that we can only heal in a parasympathetic state. So as opposed to a sympathetic fight or flight or freeze nervous system state, the opposite is that parasympathetic rest, digest, relax state. And of course, you're in that state when you get some good sleep. So we can only heal in a state of parasympathetic. And so sleep is really important. So don't skip out on it. Hydration is another pillar here that also supports cytokine production, and it also helps to flush toxins out of the body. It keeps our mucous membranes moist, which act as another barrier for the entry of pathogens into the body. So all of these things are a little bit compromised when we're in a dehydrated state. So you want to make sure that you are well hydrated throughout the day. So again, the recommendation is to drink about half your body weight in ounces of water per day. So a 150-pound person would want to aim for about 75 ounces of water per day. And it's great to make sure that it's clean filtered water that has some added minerals or electrolytes in there as well. Another thing that supports our body's natural detox processes is physical activity. This also enhances circulation, and this is how our immune cells move around more freely and are able to survey what's going on in the body and travel and get to where they need to go to do their important work. So in addition to hydration, immune system mobility and activity by moderate exercise is also very supportive. Now, you can overdo it, whereas too much intense activity or overexertion can temporarily dampen immunity. So you want to make sure you have a good balance there. Stick to something that is supportive and beneficial for you. Now, something that often gets overlooked when we talk about health is the importance of strong connections and healthy relationships. Now, these really support immune system health and resilience and can improve our resistance to infections and our vulnerability to illness. Similarly, our mindset and the mental state that we carry ourselves in most of the day also have a direct effect on on the way that our immune system functions to keep us well, or how it can leave us more vulnerable to illness. Now, at a deeper level, even a spiritual level, if you will, we like to know that we are part of a community, that we belong, that we are secure in our identity and our purpose. And so when we feel this way mentally, or we are supported in this by the people we surround ourselves with and the community and the atmosphere and emotional states that we live in most regularly, this also has an impact on how our immune system and other functions of our body operate. Essentially, our immune system wants to identify between self cells and non-self cells when we talk about immune defense and resilience. So likewise, if we're in state where we feel like we are secure in ourself and our identity and our purpose and have a sense of belonging and community, this also translates to the cellular level and how our immune systems feel, if you will, but also operate in an atmosphere of security, knowing their place, knowing their function, and how to operate to really keep us well. And again, not overreact or underreact, to truly support our health overall. To wrap up, supporting immune health involves certain nutrients, herbs, supplements, and also prioritizing sleep, managing stress, hydration, all of these foundations of health, physical activity, and also cultivating and nurturing these positive relationships in our lives, and also the sense of identity and security within ourselves. Remember, it's always an idea to consult a healthcare provider before starting any new herbs or supplements. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more holistic health insights. I'm Dr. Jinmi Graham, and I'll see you in the next video.